Hi friends, today we are going to take a topic on microbiology. The topic is based on the bacteria Mycobacterium leprae, and my name is Mahalakshmi J. I am a second year MBBS student from Government TD Medical College. So, first about the topic. The topic has been divided into 9 parts about its morphology, cultivation, resistance in the first 3 parts, and the 4 to 9 parts we study about the disease leprosy, its classification, epidemiology, immunity, laboratory diagnosis, treatment, prophylaxis. Okay, first discussing about the morphology of this bacteria. It is a straight and slightly curved rod, that is a bacilli, and it has polar bodies and other intracellular elements. These bacteria are seen as clubbed forms, lateral buds, as well as in branching. It is a gram-positive bacteria. The gram-positivity of Mycobacterium leprae is greater than that of the tubercle bacteria causing tuberculosis, and this bacteria is acid-fast, so it is acid-fast positive, and the acid-fast character of this bacteria is less than that of tubercle bacteria. Since the acid-fast character is less than that of tubercle bacteria, 5% H2SO4 is used as a decoloration agent in the case of this bacteria. In the case of tubercle bacteria, we use 20% H2SO4 as the decolorizing agent. So, decolorization after staining with carbofuscin. So, the H2SO4, the percentage of H2SO4 used for acid-fast staining in Mycobacterium leprae is only 5%. And to differentiate between live and dead bacilli in stained smears, the live bacilli is seen as solid and uniform forms, and the dead bacilli is seen as fragmented and granular forms. So, the morphological index means percentage of live bacillus in the tissue. So, morphological index is used nowadays instead of bacteriological index. So, we will discuss about MI and BI, that is morphological index and bacteriological index, in the coming slides. So, morphological index is basically the percentage of live bacillus in the tissue. So, live bacillus is usually solid, uniform bacilli, and dead bacilli is usually fragmented and granular form. So we can identify the live bacilli and dead bacilli in the stained smears and calculate the morphological index. It is a more reliable index than bacteriological index before used. These bacilli, they are seen as single and groups, and also they are seen as intracellular as well as outside the cells. Coming to a term globi. Globi means bacilli being bound together by a lipid-like substance. The glia appear as agglomerates. These masses are called globi. So in stained smears you can also observe globi. And cigarette bundle appearance because of the parallel rows of this bacilli forming globi. The globi seen in virtuous leprae cells and foamy cells. They are the undifferentiated histiocytes. And coming to the cultivation, these bacteria are not possible to cultivate in bacterial medium or tissue culture. The generation time of this bacteria is very long. It takes from 12 to 13 days, can extend to 8 to 42 days. So the generation time is very greater in comparison with tubercle bacillus having 14 hours and coliform bacillus having 20 minutes. Coming to methods of cultivation, there are mainly 3 methods of cultivation. First is foot pad of mice, and it was introduced by Shepherd. It is done under 20 degrees Celsius, a very low temperature, and it is a standard procedure of experimental work. After the intradermal inoculation of the bacillus, there will be a development of granuloma. It takes about 1 to 6 months. So it is mainly mediated by the cell mediated immunity. Usually when this method of cultivation is adopted, the cell mediated immunity of the mice is reduced by the process of thymectomy or by the ingestion of anti-lymphocyte serum. So when these two is done to the mice, this procedure of cultivation can lead to the progress of lepromatous leprosy. So in the experimental animal, usually cell mediated immunity is decreased by thymectomy or anti-lymphocyte serum is injected. The second one is one is nine-banded armadillo. This is an animal and it is highly susceptible to leprae bacilli infection. So followed by inoculation, there will be generalized infection, extensive multiplication of bacilli, production of lepromatous lesions. Natural disease is also observed in these animals. Third method is adaptation in artificial culture medium. So in ICRC, acid fast bacillus has been isolated from leprosy patient by human fetal spinal ganglion culture in Lowenstein-Jensen medium. So these are the three methods of cultivation. Coming to resistance, it can survive in warm and humid condition for 9 to 16 days, moist soil for 46 days, direct sunlight for 2 hours, and in presence of UV rays for 30 minutes. So we discussed about morphology, cultivation and resistance. Now we are going to discuss about leprosy. So the fourth topic is about general facts and classification of this disease. Leprosy is a chronic granulomatous disease. Mainly it affects skin, peripheral nerve, nasal mucosa, but it can also affect any organ or tissue. It has mainly two classification. The first one is Madrid classification. So according to Madrid classification, leprosy is 4 types: lepromatous leprosy, tuberculoid leprosy, dimorphous leprosy and indeterminate leprosy. So the type of leprosy depend on the immune status of the patient. That means if the resistance of the patient is high, these type of patients will develop a particular leprosy. If the resistance of patient is low, these type of patients will develop another type of leprosy. We will discuss it later. And it is not permanent. It varies with the chemotherapy and alteration of host resistance. Bacilli isolated from the 4 types of the leprosy are same. They have the same virulence and same properties. The lepromatous and tuberculous type, they are the two extreme or two polar tones. First, we will discuss about the lepromatous type known as L type. It develops when host resistance is low and large number of bacilli or as globi is seen in leprae cells or extracellularly. So they are usually seen in the lesions. Extracellularly, large number of bacilli are seen. It is commonly known as multibacillary disease. And what is a lepromata? Lepromata means a superficial nodular lesion. It is a granulation tissue containing dense collection of vacuolated cells, mononuclear cells to leprae cells. This lepromata can undergo ulceration and also secondary infected lepromata can cause distortion and mutilation. This bacilli usually invade mouth, nose, upper respiratory tract, and larger number of these bacilli is found in oral and nasal secretions. It also affect the reticuloendothelial system, bones, eyes, testis, kidney. These organs are also involved. And basilemia is found. Basilemia means bacilli in blood and it is also common. L type more infective and it has poor prognosis. The cell-mediated immunity is reduced in lepromatous leprosy. As a result of this, lepromin test is negative. We will discuss about lepromin test later and we will tell why lepromin test is negative in the case of lepromatous leprosy. So, humoral immunity is broad and increased. As humoral immunity is broad, antibodies are seen in high titer. 2 types of antibodies are found: anti-mycobacterial antibodies as well as autoantibodies. False positive reaction for syphilis is shown by lepromatous leprosy patients. Coming to the tuberculoid type known as T type, it develops when host resistance is high. The skin lesions are few and macular anesthetic patches are seen. It has early neural involvement, so hands and feet deformities are seen. Bacilli is less in lesions, in contradiction with L type. And T type has minimal infectivity, where L type is highly infectious, commonly known as paucibacillary disease, and the cell-mediated immunity is adequate here. As the CMI is adequate here, the lepromin test is positive for tuberculoid leprosy, but lepromin test was negative in the case of lepromatous leprosy. Antibodies are rare here, and these leprosy have a good prognosis. Coming to the third type, borderline or dimorphous, it has features of both L and T type and it can shift to both sides based on chemotherapy and host resistance. If host resistance is improved, it can develop into T type, and if host resistance is decreased, it can develop to L type. Coming to the fourth type, it is the indeterminate leprosy. Early unstable tissue reaction is seen. Lesions can undergo spontaneous healing. Some others develop to L and T type. And there is a point to be noted that in Indian classification of leprosy, there is another type known as the pure neuritic type. It is bacteriologically negative. Neural involvement is seen and there will be no skin lesions, and this is mainly seen in Indian classification known as pure neuritic leprosy. So we discussed about matter classification. The second one is Ridley and Joplin classification. According to this, 5 types is there. One is TT, tuberculoid; BT, borderline tuberculoid; BB, borderline; BL, borderline lepromatous; and LL, lepromatous leprosy. So this picture shows the Mycobacterium leprae acid fast pink bacilli with typical globi arrangement. You can see the cigarette bundle type of parallel rows of globi arrangement of Mycobacterium leprae. So this is the acid fast stained smear. And these two pictures is about, first one is about lepromatous leprosy with abundant bacilli, and second one is tuberculoid leprosy with scanty bacilli. So here you can see lepromatous leprosy with abundant bacilli, and second picture is tuberculoid leprosy. Here also granuloma is found, but with scanty bacilli. The presence of bacilli in lesions is less. And this is the classification of leprosy into tuberculoid, borderline, and lepromatous. Leprae bacilli in tissues is mostly found in lepromatous. Lepromin test is positive for tuberculoid and can be positive or negative for borderline, and is negative for lepromatous. Mycobacterial antibodies are predominantly found in lepromatous leprosy. Lymphocytic infiltration of lesions is mainly found in tuberculoid. Plasma cells in lymphoid tissue, that is the humoral immunity involvement, is mainly seen in lepromatous leprosy. So this is the characterization of different types of leprosy. Coming to the fifth topic, dealing with the epidemiology, it is exclusively a human disease. Source is mainly patients. Large number of bacillus are seen on nasal and oral secretions. Mode of entry is mainly through respiratory tract or through skin. It usually seen as a asymptomatic infection. So asymptomatic infection is quite common, not highly communicable. Only 5% of the spouses living with the lepromatous disease develop leprosy. So intimate and prolonged contact is necessary. Incubation period is long, 2 to 5 years. Coming to the immunity, a high degree of innate immunity is seen in the case of this bacteria, so less chance of development of clinical disease. It induces both cell-mediated immunity and humoral immunity, but unfortunately humoral immunity has no deleterious effect on bacilli, whereas cell-mediated immunity is capable to destroy the bacilli. And type of leprosy determines the status of cell-mediated immunity. Adequate cell-mediated immunity is seen in tuberculoid leprosy, that is CT type, whereas deficient cell-mediated immunity is seen in lepromatous type. So delayed hypersensitivity, we know delayed hypersensitivity is usually T cell mediated of leprobacilli. Protein antigen is absent in LL type. So delayed hypersensitivity, T cell mediated, it is absent in LL type. So this CMI deficiency is specific to only leprobacillus, not susceptible to other pathogens, viruses, and parasites. So so here we have to understand that in the case of lepromatous leprosy, delayed hypersensitivity is absent since it is T cell mediated. Since cell mediated immunity is deficient in LL type, delayed hypersensitivity is absent in lepromatous leprosy. But this delay or this absence is only specific to this bacteria, Mycobacterium leprae. It is not applicable for any other pathogens, viruses, or parasites. And in some cases, this tuberculin reactivity may be suppressed in untreated LL. This tuberculin reactivity, that is the Mondeck test that is done for the diagnosis of tuberculosis, is also a delayed hypersensitivity reaction test. So in some cases, this lepromatous patients show false negative test for tuberculin reactivity in Mondeck test, but it becomes positive after the treatment. But still lepromin test will be negative for lepromatous patient. So here we have to understand that in the case of lepromatous leprosy, cell-mediated immunity is deficient. As a result of this, delayed hypersensitivity reactions that are T cell mediated are suppressed in lepromatous leprosy patients. So here tuberculin reactivity test can be false negative if the patient is untreated, but if the patient is getting adequate treatment, this test can become negative, positive, but lepromin test will be always negative. In LL type, large number of CD8 plus T cells are activated by leprae bacillus, but these CD8 plus T cells are also defective cells, so there will be always a decrease in cell mediated immunity. The lymphocytes present in skin granuloma for LL type will be CD8 plus T cells, and for TT type will be CD4 plus T cells. LL type induce extensive polyclonal activation. Since B cells produce auto-antibodies and anti-mycobacterial antibodies, but they are not beneficial. So, and also sometimes these antibodies can show an enhancing effect, antibody enhancing effect. So antibody enhancing effect will lead to the more and more multiplication of the bacteria, and more the condition of the disease will become more and more severe due to antibody enhancing effect, antibody dependent enhancement. And in LL type, the albumin globulin ratio is reversed. Coming to the genetic predisposition, HLA-DR2 is seen in TT, and HLA-MTI and HLA-DQ1 is seen in LL. And leprae reactions are usually seen in allergic nature and acute illness. Even though leprosy is a chronic disease, some acute illness or acute illness effects can be seen in this disease. One is type 1, that is also known as reverse reaction or leprae reaction. It is mainly seen in borderline leprosy. It develops spontaneously or after chemotherapy. It is a cell mediated immunity mediated reaction. It occurs due to the influx of lymphocytes to the lesions, and a shift to tuberculoid leprosy morphology is seen. The lesions usually have erythema, swelling, pain and tenderness, and a similar clinical picture is seen associated with downgrading reaction seen usually in untreated and pregnant patients. And in the biopsy, this LL type shift can be seen in the case of downgrading reaction due to reduced CMI. So that is the type 1 reaction or reverse reaction. Type 2 reaction is the erythema nodosum leprosum, ENL. It's seen in both LL and BL type leprosy. It is seen usually after chemotherapy. The clinical effects include tender inflamed subcutaneous nodules, fever, lymphadenopathy and arthralgia. And it is an Arthur's type reaction, that is type 3 hypersensitivity reaction, and antigen from dead leprae cells, neutrophil infiltration, usually an IgG complement deposition. Type 3 hypersensitivity reaction is type 2. Type 2 erythema nodosum leprosum. Lepromin test. So it is a skin test, usually based on delayed hypersensitivity. Standard lepramins are taken from armadillo developed leprae bacilli lepramin A. It has two reactions, one early reaction and late reaction. Early reaction was invented by Fernandez, so it is known as Fernandez reaction. It takes place between 24 to 48 hours. There will be erythema and induration, remains for 3 to 5 days, and it is analogous to the tuberculin reaction seen in Mantoux test, the diagnostic test for TB. One among the diagnostic tests for TB. It is poorly defined and less significant. Second one is late reaction. It is a Mistuda reaction. It starts from 1 to 2 weeks. It becomes a peak in 4th week and sustained till next few weeks. The indurated skin nodule may ulcerate, and the histology shows infiltration with lymphocytes, epithelioid cells and giant cells. And these tests, lepramin's test does not indicate the pre-existing delayed hypersensitivity reactions. It is only a measure of cell-mediated immunity by the injected lepramin. So usually lepramin test cannot be used as a diagnostic test for leprosy. Usually skin biopsy is done to diagnose leprosy. Lepramin test cannot determine whether the patient has previous exposure to this bacillus or any other previous exposure to this bacillus. It can only determine whether the cell mediated immunity of that patient is adequate against the injected lepramin. So the distinguish between a person can mount a CMI response against leprae bacilli antigens or those who cannot. Coming to the applied importance, no diagnosis with this test cannot determine prior contact with leprae bacilli. A healthy person from a non-endemic area having no chance of contact with the bacillus may give a positive test. So this cannot be used as a diagnostic test or a pre-exposure or to determine whether the patient is having pre-exposure to leprosy. It is used to classify leprosy into tuberculoid, lepromatous and borderline. It is positive in the case of tuberculoid leprosy because cell-mediated immunity is adequate in tuberculoid leprosy. So delayed hypersensitivity reactions can take place in patient and give a positive reaction. But in the case of lepromatous leprosy, CMI, cell-mediated immunity, is deficient. So delayed hypersensitivity will be depressed. So the lepromin test will be negative. Coming to prognosis, it has a positive cases, good prognosis, that is TT, tuberculoid leprosy. Negative cases, bad prognosis, that is lepromatous leprosy. Coming to the resistance, the positive cases can work in leprosaria because the patient is able to produce a CMI response against the bacillus. But the negative cases are more prone to develop disease because they are not capable to develop a CMI response against the bacillus. And to identification, and also for the identification of bacilli, the cultivated acid-fast bacilli gives same reaction parallel with the standard lepromin test. So the matching result can be used. Coming to the laboratory diagnosis, bacteriological diagnosis easy in LL type and difficult in TT types. Coming to the specimens, nasal smear is used. A blunt narrow scalpel is used to scrape nose and internal septum, and a piece of mucous membrane is used to produce a uniform smear. Coming to the next specimen, that is the skin smear, edges of lesion rather than center. Third one is slight skin smears, mainly the earlobe. Skin over earlobe is pinched up tight to minimize bleeding. Cut of 5 mm is made deep to infiltrate the layers and wipe off blood and lymph that is exuded, and scrap side and bottom to cut little tissue pulp. 5 to 6 different areas of skin should be sampled. Skin over buttocks, forehead, chin, cheeks, ear, etc. necessary. The fourth one is nerve biopsy. Sample is taken from thickened nerves and histoexamination is done. Coming to microscopy, it is the most useful diagnostic procedure. The diagnosis consists of acid-fast bacillus in the lesions. Steele-Nielsen technique is used by using 5% H2SO4 as the decolorizing agent, and biopsy is done for nodular lesions, thickened nerves, lymph node puncture. And the smear gradation is done 1 to 10 bacilli in 100 field 1 plus, 1 to 10 bacilli in 10 field 2 plus, 1 to 10 bacilli in per field 3 plus, 10 to 100 bacilli in per field 4 plus, 100 to 1000 bacilli in per field 5 plus, and greater than 1000 bacilli in clumps or globi in every field 6 plus. Bacteriological index. It is the total number of plexus in all smears divided by number of smears. Minimum 4 skin lesions, 1 nasal swab, and both earlobes are necessary. Morphological index MI. It is calculated by percentage of solid fragmented granular bacilli dead or uniform bacilli live to total number of bacilli counted. And MI morphological index is more definitive than bacteriological index. Culture. It is already discussed. Mouse foot pad inoculation more sensitive than skin slit smears, unsuitable for routine diagnosis, feasible for drug potency, resistance testing and research studies. And armadillo, the 9-banded armadillo is highly susceptible to Mycobacterium leprae infection. Coming to the serology, detection of antibody against Mycobacterium leprae, phenolic glycoprotein antigen, specific diagnostic test, but it is not accepted till date. Coming to the molecular methods, they are still in progress. Treatment, Dapsone was the first effective chemotherapeutic agent. Monotherapy used in Dapsone led to development of resistive strain of leprae bacilli. So now multi-drug therapy is recommended, similar to tuberculosis. In posibacillary lesions, that is the tuberculoid, borderline tuberculoid, and in indeterminate leprosy, concurrent administration of 600 mg rifampicin once a month with 100 mg dapsone daily for 6 months is recommended. 4 years follow-up is needed for relapse. Coming to multibacillary lesions, that is lepromatous leprosy, borderline leprosy and BB, 600 mg rifampicin once a month with 100 mg dapsone daily with 50 mg clofazimine daily for 2 years until skin smears are negative. Ethionamide or proethionamide is added as a substitute for clofazimine. 8 years follow-up is needed for relapse. Immunotherapeutic vaccine Mycobacterium W developed by NIA is enhanced the effect of MDT has been found. Coming to the prophylaxis, case finding and giving adequate therapy is done. Long-term chemoprophylaxis has given for encouraging results in child contacts of infected cases in India and Philippines. And in BCG vaccine, no specific vaccine is available for leprosy, but still some degree of antigenic relationship between leprae and tubercle bacilli is seen. Field trials without conclusive evidences like joining BCG vaccine with killed leprae or BCG vaccine with ICRC bacilli has been done, but evidence or conclusive evidence is not found. Next we are going to study about another bacteria, that is a Mycobacterium leprae murium. It is the causative agent for leprosy and it is identified by Stefanowski. It causes subcutaneous induration, lymphadenopathy, emaciation, ulceration and loss of hair in rats. Large number of acid-fast bacilli similar to leprae bacilli is found in lesions. The nerves are not affected, so that is why it is different from human leprosy. Human leprosy usually shows neurotic involvement leading to hand and feet deformities, but in the case of Mycobacterium leprae murium, this neurotic involvement is not found. So this is an abstract of this bacterium, Mycobacterium leprae. And thank you so much for listening. I hope this video has helped you to understand about this bacteria. Thank you.